Welcome to the third week of this massive open online course on PLSQL Fundamentals. You are viewing the second video of this week, Understanding PLSQL Records. It's the post-appraisal time of the year when many employees get promotions and salary hikes. As HR administrator, it is Jill's responsibility to reflect these changes in the HR database. Jill plans to add a feature in the HR administration system which allows her to search and update the details of an employee record as required. To reflect a promotion in the organization, this feature should do the following. Update the job ID in the employees table according to the promotion. Add the old job details to the job_history table in relation to the employee. Update the salary field in the employees table for the new job. Typically, to implement this requirement, you have to retrieve the required employee details into individual variables for further processing. Handling too many variables will make the code complicated. Therefore, PLSQL provides a composite data type called records, which allow you to group logically related data into a single unit. In this case, the data relevant to an employee such as employee ID, job ID, salary, and so on are of different data types, but they are logically connected because they belong to a single employee. With PLSQL records, you can also manipulate the retrieved details and then write the details back into the database as a single logical unit. As we already discussed in week 1, PLSQL records and collections are the two types of composite data types supported by PLSQL. We will explore PLSQL records in this video and discuss about the different types of collections in the next video. Records are used to treat related but dissimilar data as a logical unit. Each internal component of a record is termed as a field. You can access each component of a record as variable name dot field name. The code example shown here demonstrates how to create and use PLSQL records. You must follow a two-step process to create a PLSQL record. Step 1. Define the record structure and associate it with a name. Here, a record type called REC_EMP is defined such that it has 4 fields to hold employee's first name, last name, job ID, and salary. Observe the usage of %sign type attribute while defining each of these fields to avoid any data type mismatch with the corresponding columns in the employees table. Step 2. After defining a record type called REC_EMP, you have to declare a variable of this record type in the declarative section. Here, v_EMP_REC is a variable of type REC_EMP. In the executable section, you retrieve values from the employees table through a select statement into the record and then access the fields of the record. As already mentioned, PLSQL record fields are referenced by using the variable name dot field name notation. Let's execute this code and see the results. Notice how the employee details are retrieved into the record variable and later printed in the output window. Let's look at some important points to note with respect to PLSQL records. You can assign initial values to the fields and also apply a not null constraint. However, the fields declared not null must be initialized without fail. Fields without initial values are initialized to null. You can use the default keyword or assignment operator to initialize the fields. You can define the record types and declare the user-defined records in the declarative part of any block, subprogram, or package. You can declare and reference nested records. One record can be the component of another record. Using PLSQL records to insert or update values into a table makes the code more readable. Suppose you want to retrieve all the fields of an employee into a PLSQL record. Do you wish there is some attribute that can define a record with exactly the same structure as that of employees table without redefining the entire structure again? Yes, this is possible with the help of the percentage sign row type attribute. Instead of defining the record in the usual way, you can save time and effort by using the percentage sign row type attribute. This will define a record with fields that exactly matches the columns of a record in a database table or view. The fields in the record take their names and data types from the columns of the table or view. You can assign a list of common values to a record by using the select or fetch statement. The percentage sign row type attribute is useful when you want to retrieve a row with the select star statement, the row level insert and update statements. Using percentage sign row type in the above scenarios is beneficial because any changes made to the columns of the table in terms of its data type, size, name, and so forth will not affect this record at runtime. Examine this use case. Peter, who is a sales representative in Jill's organization, is been promoted to a sales manager along with a salary hike of $500. Shall we write a PLSQL program using PLSQL records to reflect Peter's promotion in the HR database? In the declarative section, a record variable called v_emp_rec is declared using percentage sign row type attribute on the employees table. Observe how this record variable is used in the executable section in select and update statements. Because v_emp_rec is declared using the percentage sign row type attribute, all its fields have exactly the same name as that of the corresponding columns in the employees table. Therefore, each field in the record variable is accessed as v_emp_rec.name of the column in the table. Notice the use of the row keyword in the update statement. This keyword is used to represent the entire row. Similarly, the record variables can also be used to insert a new record into the corresponding table. By executing this code, you can observe that the employees' details are updated in the employees table successfully. You might have noted that we didn't insert the old job details into the job_history table explicitly in this program. But this has been taken care of with the help of a trigger. You will learn about triggers in the week 4 of this course. Let's have a quick recap now. In this video, you should have learned what PLSQL records are and how they are defined, declared, and used in PLSQL programs. You also learned how PLSQL records can be used to insert and update rows efficiently in a database table. To practice what you learned, solve the assignment posted on OLL course page. Please post your questions, if any, in the course forum whose link is shown here. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great day.